I've got so many New Year's resolutions. I've set myself up to fail.
What's number one?
Phones downstairs at night.
Yeah.
That's good.
Stand on each leg for 2 minutes a day.
Why?
Balance on wards away dementia.
Okay.
Have you done it today yet?
No.
Oh. Welcome to the Sherlock's Team Podcast with me, Charlotte Collins. This week I'm joined by Lu Hough, Sarah Templeman, aka Hodge, and Sherri Andrew. Welcome everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I feel like you're like first day back today, buzzing with a fresh year.
I have to say, missing week one, that sort of, is it work, is it not, week 1 of January, and coming back in on a Monday the week later is positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bouncy today.
I had a really nice week last week. It was
Yeah,
just,
you
it was quite
enjoyed
like a
it.
gentle easing
Yeah.
to January. It wasn't too full
That's
on.
good.
Emails weren't too busy. It was actually really nice.
I just think it's something about the date, something about the 2nd of January being
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
working
yeah.
day.
It's
just
too early.
Yeah.
that hurts. Yeah, it's too early. Before we crack on, we have some odds and ends to tie up from the last podcast of the year. Can we just say, by the way, we recorded that last podcast on the Monday morning, and I was saying, I feel a little bit nasal.
Yeah.
I went home at about 3 o'clock that day, and I had full flu, like what you've had
Oh,
the
it was
week before.
awful, that viral
I had
thing.
a fever for 3 days straight. I just kept sweating 3 new pairs of pajamas.
Oh my God.
So I feel like the last podcast of the year maybe wasn't my best work. I really do. I listened to it back and I was like, shit, didn't ask that many pertinent questions. So apologies for everyone listening. I was
You
my
are
brain.
forgiven.
I
You are
had flu brain fog, but it's fine. We're back. So in terms of the chat that we had, Sherri, you bought your boyfriend a karaoke mic for Christmas.
Yes.
How did it go down?
Not as well as I thought it would
He
go
wasn't
down.
expecting that.
No, he
didn't
was
ask for
totally
it.
surprised. But I think I'm a fool. I just bigged it up so much. I was like, I think I'm really going to like this. But I was like, don't expect like too much. And he opened it and he was like, oh yeah, this is fun. And I was just a bit like, oh shit, I've got this so wrong. I know. And he got me some really like thoughtful like little stocking fillers. And I was opening them and I was like, oh my god, I've done so badly.
It's so when the balance is off, it's such a
Yeah,
shame.
the balance was
Especially when
definitely
you're
off.
in the
Wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I felt really guilty. But I was like, oh, well, I'm here. I'm sacrificing Christmas
Yeah.
away with my family to be with
your
yours.
presence is
Exactly.
the present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to
That's what I
France.
thought.
How was it? Was it lovely?
It was so nice, thanks. Yeah, it was really, really lovely. So it was in the south of France in a really tiny mountain village called Ballester, which is so beautiful. So the region is called Ariège, which I was not familiar with. I haven't really explored much of France, to be honest, considering it's so close. So it's right on the border before you get to like Andorra. So it's quite sunny down there. It's really hot in the summer. It's just like beautiful. It's very medieval. Lots of like small, ancient little towns and villages.
Cute.
Everything was closed as expected. But it was really nice because it meant that you could just like drive around and like, take in the views, stop at a little cafe.
Yeah, see, and also that
Really nice.
being away, I think, extends that Christmas vibe.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It felt like we got a proper holiday out
Yeah.
of it. So the closest city is Toulouse, also in the south. So we spent a few days there before.
nice.
Toulouse just makes me think of Saturn's
So
cat.
I
That's what that cat's cool.
know, I actually tagged her cat on Instagram by accident, trying to tag the location. I was like, no, not Saturn's Toulouse.
Oh wow, she has an
Toulouse.
Instagram account for her cat, does she?
I need-
Apparently, yeah.
You need one.
No, I don't, because I judge people that do.
Yeah, so near Toulouse, so we spent a few days there beforehand, which is just so nice. It feels really small, even though it's quite a big city, but the main city centre is so lovely and festive at Christmas, and you can there's not like loads to do, but I think,
Like a market. They do,
yeah, there's markets, but I think the thing is just like going to like all the restaurants, sitting down at the cafes,
so
just soaking in the
so
French
nice.
atmosphere. So yeah, it was really lovely.
Good.
I'd recommend for if you want like a little city break.
Yeah.
So much it's really nice in the summer
And
as
especially if you can get nice weather at this time of year, like the dream.
Exactly.
What
So
did you
yeah,
do
it's
for New
nice.
Year's?
For New Year's, I was just at home with my parents. My sisters, we had like a big family dinner, and then it was very civilised. Well, the karaoke mic came in useful then.
Well,
I was
thank
like,
God for
well,
that,
sisters,
yeah.
have I got a treat for us? And obviously we didn't do our Christmas performance this year.
Oh.
So did you do
I
it on
know.
New Year?
Well, it was not so much of a performance, more of just like singing.
Just a
I did
medley.
hear.
Yeah.
I heard you guys see each other for the first time this morning. Hodge goes to Sherri. Merry Christmas. How was the show? I was like, what show?
the show.
Obviously referring to the Andrew family show.
Yeah. Well, this Christmas, I'm sure I might put some production into it.
I feel
I
you
think
should.
I've said it out
You've got 12
loud.
months to plan for it, Sherri.
Remember when you made that amazing hat for Beyonce? I think you should get
my gosh,
costume making
yes.
now.
Okay, I need to maybe Lou, I'll come for your creative direction.
I will be happy to help, Sherri.
Thank you.
Big
so yeah,
production.
next year.
How was your Christmas?
It was so nice. We hosted in London.
How was that?
11 people for a week.
That's a lot. For a week.
For a week.
Sorry, 11
wow.
people for a week.
Yeah.
That's including your family?
It was all my family.
No, but it's including the 5 of you.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So my mum and dad, and then my brother, his wife, and their 2 teenage
Wow.
girls.
Did they sleep in the house the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh my God, for
That's
a
so
week.
fun.
It was fun, but wow. It's a lot.
That's
Yeah.
intense.
It's a lot.
What did you do to entertain the troops?
We did ice skating, we did lots of walks. But I think when you're hosting and then taking people out, I made James take them out a bit.
Yeah, you can be like, I need to
Yeah.
Yeah,
get
yeah,
something
To like
sorted.
rustle up
Yeah.
another massive meal.
Yeah.
And
We're
tidy
cooking
up.
for everyone every night.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
But although we got to take away Christmas Eve.
I don't blame
Nice.
you.
So I was like,
What did you
right.
cook aside from Christmas Day?
I made the most insane pie on Boxing Day. It's called the hodgepodge pie,
It's got a name.
which I did not make.
Oh, I see.
Is the name come this year? Or is it a famous pie?
It's a famous
Okay.
pie. Jamie Oliver makes it.
Oh, I see. Like hodgepodge, like
Okay, so hodgepodge
blend
because it's
together.
all, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
it's named after you.
Oh,
What are the chances? Ideal.
but it's so good.
What's
So
in
it's
it?
everything. So it's the
All your Christmas
turkey,
shit, yeah.
stuffing, red cabbage, leeks. So you make the sauce, leeks, mushrooms, and then you just add everything in.
And you just shove a pie crust on top.
Yeah, I mean,
Heaven.
it was
Great.
so delicious. Oh, my dad, because he still thinks I'm 15, so I can't believe I've got 3 children and a husband, and
Yeah.
I run a home and I've got a job. He almost like clapped me to the table. Oh, she cooked.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
That's so
this pie.
sweet.
I don't know why people think pies are hard. They're actually not hard.
No, they're not that hard, but it's quite
They
an impressive
look-
thing
yeah.
to present.
Yeah, they look impressive. I
Yeah.
know, he almost had tears in his eyes.
Oh, okay, so the hodgepodge pie went down well.
Yes. Have you guys watched Traitors?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Get into it.
we were having lunch with the kids yesterday, and I don't know why Zach was doing something, and we started calling him Brian.
Yeah. Why?
We were talking, and he was like, "You're so mean to me, guys." And we were like, "It's just jokes, it's jokes." And we were sort of saying, James was like, he was like, "You're not mean to mummy, daddy." And then he told this story about when it snowed, and I'd left our house in Wandsworth Town, and I'd gone to the station, and I'd slipped on the snow and fell on my coccyx, and I literally crawled to the front door, crying my eyes out. And James was like, "Oh my god!" Like, it was so high pitched, like no one could hear me. He was like, "You need to grow a pair," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
that was nice.
Yeah, he's quite like, he doesn't really do tears.
Slipping in the snow.
Oh my
just any
God.
sort of
Yeah,
slip
slipping.
in my
Yeah.
heart.
It was so embarrassing. And, you know,
It's so
people
painful.
around you.
And you crawled out.
I know, with like my stupid heels on.
Oh, it's not fun. It's true. To be
Oh,
fair, if
the
you commuted in heels,
Yeah.
less, then you'd be
Yeah, it
fine.
was-
Yeah.
Can I tell you, I learned a fascinating fact.
Okay.
Nana will never wear flats.
Ooh.
Ever.
Ever.
What about like on the beach?
Really?
No.
What?
Well, I think she'd maybe wear a flip flop like to the beach. But like
surely.
we were just talking about a shoot and she was like, just an FYI, I don't do
Wow.
flats.
Wow, I really
We're
rate that.
trainers.
Yeah, wow.
Like while she's exercising.
Okay. But that's
So we
it.
should say this is a fabulous Nana Ashuampong who has joined our team officially today. I'm
Very
sure she will
exciting.
show her face in the podcast eventually.
Yeah.
We thought we'd give her an easy ride on day one.
Yeah.
She doesn't wear flats.
Yeah, isn't that fascinating?
But
Or
no.
jeans.
But I,
Oh,
yeah, I
or
get that. I can't see her in
jeans.
jeans.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've ever seen her in
That's
jeans.
such a staple.
But I wish I could be like that. But
Yeah.
like it's the commute.
Yeah.
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 I know I bang on about this all the time. It's just that walking part I would
Yeah.
struggle with so
Yeah.
much.
How amazing.
Yeah, I rate that.
Fabulous.
I'm wearing today I always forget about these boots. These are Paris, Texas, and they're quite low. And actually, these are quite comfortable for commuting. So I feel like a low heel is kind of
They're
the
good
way.
Yeah.
boots. Are
They
they
are
knee
good
high?
boots, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to
go too
Hail
high.
Harry, Lu, how was your Christmas?
Mine was nice. There's a lot of family, a lot of moving. People didn't really care about it when it was just me and my husband, but now we have the
Oh my
baby.
God, and it's
People are
so
more
much
invested in
stuff.
us. Yeah. So we just moved around. We worked out basically Bobby had slept in 10 different rooms
No.
in 2
Wow.
weeks.
Oh my
which,
God.
Yeah, it was just a lot.
It's
Yeah.
destructive, yeah.
So yeah, really nice to see everyone. But equally was quite happy to come back
Yeah.
to London.
Where were you for New Year?
We were in London. We were in bed by 10.
Oh,
Lovely.
Was woken
nice.
up by the fireworks.
Yeah.
Rude.
oh.
And then I was like to my husband, Happy New Year.
Aw.
But not in the sweet
Cozy.
voice.
Yeah. But I was saying, Charlotte,
Oh,
I way prefer New Year's Day to New Year's Eve.
I'm
Yeah.
so with you on that.
I love New Year's Day.
Yeah.
I
I
actually
hate
get
New
into a
Year's
bit of
Day.
a funk on New Year's Day. It doesn't matter what I've done the day before, I get quite low.
Yeah.
However, maybe the key is to do what you do. I
Yeah.
think maybe next year, if we're not away, I'll like entertain or something.
You
It's
go
really,
Yeah,
really
so
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
boozy lunch is super fun.
Because
So-
I think I don't know about you guys. I get depressed on New Year's Day because it's like you never have a plan.
Yeah.
You always are just like, it's the end of the Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
But to start it, I agree to start it with like a fun activity.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
That's true.
Yeah, we also went out for brunch with friends on New Year's Eve, and that felt really nice.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of like our thing. And then,
Yeah.
we had New Year's Day. So, yeah.
So
That's
nice.
so nice.
Lovely.
How was yours?
Mine was great. I was away for, I think, 12 nights in total, which honestly feels like about 8 years.
It felt so
That's a
long.
long
I think it's
time.
because we went away on Boxing Day, early Boxing Day morning, and I got back yesterday, so that was the 7th. So that, I mean, it's not technically that long, but I think
Yeah.
Boxing Day, New Year's, like it all just feels so long ago.
And
Yeah.
that in-betweeny time is
Yeah,
so
when you
such
don't
a
know the
lost
day.
time.
Yeah.
Some people love that, and so like that's great.
Yeah.
If you love that time and you love being at home and just vegging out, like that's amazing. I get just a bit antsy and a bit like ugh. So for us being away
Yeah.
is perfect. We're really pleased to have cracked the code in that we found going away somewhere cold as restful or not as well. We found it restful.
Yeah.
I think we always think you've got to go hot, and if you want to go away at that time of year, going somewhere hot is so expensive.
So expensive.
Yeah.
It's kind of prohibitive. Like
Yeah.
you can't stay where you would otherwise be able to stay like 3 weeks later
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
most
yeah.
part. Yeah, we've always found that those few weeks quite tricky to be able to work
Yeah.
out where to
Yeah.
go, what to do.
It's
But
quite admin heavy as well.
it's very admin heavy. It's
When
quite
like
faffy
summer
time of
wardrobe,
year.
like you
Yeah.
need to tan.
Oh my god, the body admin. When I got
Yeah.
to December, the
Body
fact that after a week
admin.
of flu, I didn't have to then get my body out.
Yeah.
was
Oh,
yeah.
essential.
No.
Anyway, so we went to DC, to New York, and then we went to upstate New York, and then we had a couple of nights back in Manhattan. So I think moving around a lot also made.
How far is it from Manhattan to upstate?
It's an hour and a half drive. We rented a car.
Oh, lush.
So everything, part of the
far.
motivation for the trip was really, so we flew into DC and then we took the train from DC to New York, which was like not the most pleasant experience. It was just a bit long, but equally,
How long?
it was supposed to be 3 hours. It ended up being like 4.5. We just stopped on the track. But equally, flying is also really long. But
Yeah.
So there's no
And checking
I
it.
think we could have driven. It's about a 5.5 hour drive. Maybe I'd do that next time because at least then you just shove everything
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
car and go whatever. Anyway, I don't think there's that many fun ways to do
Yeah.
it. But I could talk about it for hours. But can I give a huge shout out? We fully paid for this hotel, but we stayed at a hotel called the Hay Adams in DC. So like I don't owe them anything, but honestly think it is the best hotel I've ever stayed
Oh,
in. Just in
wow.
terms of like
Really?
warmth and service and love.
Yeah.
It's not the best hotel in terms of amenities or
Yeah.
service. It's really, it's not that there's anything so special about it,
Yeah.
but it was just, it's the perfect city break hotel. It is
Yeah.
so comfortable, so friendly. It is opposite the White House, so you get the
Oh, that's so
best
cool.
views. Yeah, there's a whole in Georgetown, which is like 15-minute, like a half an hour walk from main downtown DC. There's like the Rosewoods there, and like there's a couple of kind of core hotel groups there, which kind of makes you think you should be over there.
Yeah.
But you would be ferrying yourself back and forwards into main.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
to see all the touristy stuff, you need to be like right. in
And
the
that's
heart
what you
of it.
wanted to do.
That's all we wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, and we touristed hard. We are open top bus tour people. We were in the Capitol
Really?
building. I absolutely love an open top bus tour. There's no better way to see a city.
Yeah.
I know.
I
I
will not
think-
hear
yeah,
any
fair
snobbery
enough.
about an open top bus tour. I think it's brilliant. You sit
Cold,
down.
though.
This one
Really
actually did
inside.
happen to have a like a kind
Okay.
of plastic roof
Nice.
covering. Get yourself a Starbucks.
Yeah.
You sit on a bus for 2 hours. And those tour. I honestly think the best stuff we've ever learned has been
Yeah.
on those
Yeah.
buses. Like those tour guys, are
And
brilliant.
it's
Yeah,
so
fair.
it's hard when you're doing it yourself.
Yeah,
And like,
and you
is
don't
this the right place?
know.
Like it's so
Totally.
nice.
So
to know.
we did it after a few days. So we had done like a tour of the Capitol building, and we'd done some of the key museums, and we'd seen the Declaration of Independence. We'd done some of the core bits, so we sort of had our bearings.
Yeah.
And then we did the bus tour, which was really good because it filled in some kind of fun tidbitty
Fun.
gaps. It was great. Anyway, really, really like highly, highly recommend that hotel if you happen to be going to DC. Ate some great food. In particular, went to a restaurant called Lardon, which was Italian, and it was like
yeah.
excellent. Went to a restaurant called Le Diplomat. I think Polly and Harry had actually been there, which is French, very iconic. That was great. Then we went to New York. We stayed at the Carlisle. We were very, very kindly treated to the most incredible room at the Carlisle. It's just really classic, iconic New York. We did, because we went twice, we were able to do both. We were able to stay uptown then, and then we stayed downtown when
That's
we went
cool.
back. So it was good. We got the best of both worlds. And then the most interesting part really is the upstate bit, because it was just so different. We went to a hotel called Wildflower Farms, which is part of the Auberge collection. They've got loads of properties kind of in the Americas. It's basically like Soho Farmhouse with Heckfield service.
Like,
Wow.
Outside of
Great.
yeah, like farmhouse,
Oh.
I love you but you're shit. whereas Heck, like, and we know
yeah,
that like
yeah.
the service at Heckfield or whatever is so incredible. So it was basically that. It's in the middle of Hudson Valley, literally the easiest drive, 90 minutes from New York. 90 minutes from New York City, and just like the most perfect countryside hotel. I was saying to someone before, maybe you, that like I don't love the countryside in England. Sorry, that's very personal, but I just find it a bit boring. I'm sure if you go up to the Lake District or whatever, but I don't love walking around like the Cotswolds. It's just kind of green fields, very pretty, but just not exciting enough. Whereas this is like the most incredible landscapes, like huge waterfalls and like incredible lakes, and we were right next to something called an area called Minnewaska State Park, with just like incredible hiking trails, and it was just really outdoorsy.
And people that are there, have they like escaped the city?
Yes.
Yeah.
At that hotel, very much so. It's very much, it's farmhouse. Like it's the equivalent, but just like really, really excellent, like incredible food, you know, everything cooked on like a big open grill, and amazing spa facilities. Like really,
Could you do it in the summer?
100% gorgeous in the summer. They got a huge pool. There's an outdoor pool that was covered up for winter, but it's one of those places that works for both because they got snow this week after we'd left, but that looks so beautiful. You know, and we were really lucky. We had like skiing weather, like incredible sunshine and freezing cold.
Stunning.
It was honestly heaven. We kind of went to various places in and around the area
That's
to eat.
so cool.
It was honestly,
And how many nights did you there?
We did 3 nights. We'd originally booked for 4. Halfway through our trip, we were like, maybe 4's too much. We did 3, and that was perfect. I think 2, if you live in New York and you just want a quick escape, great. But actually, there's so much to do around there. It's right next to a distillery which does lots of different types of booze, but they're most known for their whiskey. So like we went and did whiskey tasting for a few hours and a tour of the distillery. Like there's just so much to do there. I think you'd feel pushed for time if you did 2 nights. So if you can do 3. But like, I honestly just cannot recommend it enough. It's so easy.
That
New York.
sounds like such a good family trip as well.
Yeah. No,
Like Washington, New York.
Yeah. It was heaven, and I really highly recommend it.
Sounds like
It's,
also you had
different.
such a nice mix of like everything.
Yeah.
Like touristy, like doing some chill down time.
I'm so bored of my coats. I had 2 coats with me on there. I'm like, I need to never see those 2 coats again because you're just putting on the same bloody layers like all day, every day.
Did you go to Real?
I did go to the Real. Just, you know what? The last couple of times I've been, I've just found everything is still so expensive. Like it's great that it's not vintage in like a discounted way. It's vintage in a like consignment way. Like someone's like done with this item, so they're passing it on to the Real.
Yeah.
In which they want to make a profit.
Yeah.
It's not like a mega find. You're like,
There's
oh my
no
God.
mega finds to be found. No, unless you're looking for something that's long gone.
Yeah.
But you're prepared to spend the money. Like sure, like if you want to buy a Birkin, they've got it.
Yeah.
But if you just want to find like a find.
Yeah. Do you ever still think about a product that you wished you had bought and you're just desperately still trying to find it?
Like in general.
Well, you saw
Yes.
it and you didn't get it.
But it's like everything from Phoebe Friday's collection ever. Yeah. There's things that we were too young for at the time. And now that what's on
Do you
yours?
still think about the Joseph trousers?
Not so much that I don't not regret buying.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? What's new?
There's an amazing Kate dress that I've like always thought was so insane and really, really random. A row frames cardigan.
That's
which,
so
like,
random.
I've always loved.
And you think about it.
I think about it all the time. It had the best sleeves, in really good shape. Yeah, I'm like searching for it on.
There's a belt from Kate that I really want. They're so expensive. I feel like this is the theme of literally everything at the moment. Like, I really want to do this, but it's so expensive.
Yeah.
But there's like a really good. There's the one with the big buckle that people like, and then there's it's like the perfect studded belt. It's like £500. It's a belt. Why a belt? So expensive? You've ordered it
from today.
8 Lu. Okay, well I can see what yours
It's
looks
the
like.
best
It's
one.
so good with the big silver stars.
Have you got that one? One similar?
No, I got the Isabel. Like it was like a.
It's not dupe.
It's not quite.
It was like a gateway to it.
Yeah.
But it came back in stock and I had £150. I got.
Damn it.
I get. You know, you get like a rewards. It's probably because I spent too much money.
Oh
on
yeah, no,
watches.
I've got a reward.
£150 for your birthday. So I
What?
basically had that, and then I
For
was like,
matches?
Sounds very generous.
So I had that, and then I had discount, and I was like, well, now it's like it's
bit
expensive
more
for a belt, but it's
justifiable.
like £250.
Oh, that's
Okay,
like half
fine.
price. Damn it. Okay, well, I said it first, so if I do end up buying it, apologies, but I'm not copying you. We all can know that I'm not copying you. That's a really good belt. Well done.
It's so good.
Well
Oh,
done.
congrats, babe.
Anyway, so that's me. We'll come on to January plans, resolutions, etc. But I feel like we're going to have so much TV to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm
Ooh,
oozing
yes.
with it all. Sherry, what did you watch that you loved over the break?
The Traitors.
Oh,
But you
so
watched season
good.
1.
Season 1.
Oh, fine.
Yeah. So the Traitors series 1.
Yeah.
I think I've got 2 episodes left. And I remember Heather last year saying, like, everyone, you need to watch this. This is like one of the best shows I've seen in years.
Daisy said it's the best thing she's ever watched.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
mean,
a
it's
bit
up
much.
there.
Yeah.
It is up there. And I was a bit like, oh, okay. But I don't know why. I think because it was on, there were so many episodes, I was like, okay, I need to come back to this.
Yeah.
Come back to it. Oh my god, it's so good.
Is it really? Yeah.
It's so good.
To be fair, you've nailed it, because now if you love it, you can go straight into season 2.
Yeah, I
That's
like
what
that
I thought.
happens.
Yeah, start off, see how
Yeah.
it goes.
Yeah.
I like having like episodes to binge.
I thought
don't
season
wanna,
2's better though.
Oh,
Really?
So you watched one?
I watched half of one on the way
Okay.
back from Dubai on the plane,
Sure.
and then I did not carry it
Oh
on.
wow. I feel like most people
The
did
thing
get quite close to it.
that irritates me about it is like how people hang on to the fact that how could they be that, like, it's a game, you are given whether you are a traitor.
Yeah, but it's
or
kind of the
not.
psychological. I know exactly what you mean, but it's the psychology of it where they're obviously in this really intense environment. So they think they've made friends with.
Yeah,
people.
it's that.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
like, you know,
absolutely.
I will literally never speak to you again if
Yeah.
I find out that like
Yeah.
you are a traitor.
Yeah,
Like,
that's dumb. Because you see them sitting there and they'll be in a group like this
Yeah.
and they'll be like, I'm so sure that blah blah is
Yeah.
a traitor. It's like, well, you're stupid because that person's actually a traitor.
Yeah.
You just said it in front of them, so they're going to
Exactly,
go with you.
yeah.
I agree. If I went in, my tactic would be don't say anything to anyone. I would never speculate about who I thought was a traitor.
Yeah, but
Because
then
then-
they'd think that you were a traitor.
That's suspicious, though.
But then but if you're onto them, fine, okay, then I would speculate about really okay,
How easily swayed.
Okay, yeah, so I'd have the people that I knew were the traitors or thought were the traitors, and then I would name just like completely random other people. Because if you're onto them, they get rid of you.
Yeah, I
no,
know.
but I think then if you're
That's
not
true.
like, people will also get rid of you if you're not really doing
You've just got
anything.
to act like a faithful. It's so obvious. Just-
Claudia is so good.
She's so
I can
good.
see
Her
that's one of
outfits
my
are-
But don't you
lashes on.
think? I find it a bit like we all know from Strictly that she's like the warmest person ever. So I find her playing the kind of cold part. Like it
Yeah.
cringes me out a tiny bit because I'm just like, we know you're so much.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know it's
Yeah.
against your better nature.
Yeah.
It's not natural
Yeah.
to you.
But she makes me die when they're doing the task and she's shouting.
yeah,
at
so good, so good. Sorry, so Sherri, you're enjoying it.
I'm really loving it. I think the production value is so good.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be a little bit budget. I don't know why. I just
BBC.
thought like, like the still like the photos
Yeah.
that I saw before it came out. I
Beautiful.
thought, okay, this looks.
Yeah.
But it's so good, and I love that it's like a murder mystery vibe. Anything set in like the Highlands,
Yeah.
the countryside, and like a big castle. That's
Yeah.
just like my cup of tea. And I was actually talking to Heather about this the other day. There are certain TV shows that I don't like because of where they're set. For example, anything set in the desert, that's not for me.
Yeah, I didn't like
don't know what-
Taurus. I didn't like
Yes,
Taurus
the Tourist,
1
Yeah, me
because
too.
of that.
That's so
I stopped
interesting.
watching
I
it.
don't
Yeah.
think I've ever had that.
It's too fast.
Yeah, whereas anything
Yeah.
set in like Glasgow,
don't
anything
have to go
Scottish,
But
Just
I
watching
don't know.
it,
I
I
don't
don't-
like it either.
I don't enjoy it. Do you know what it is? Anything like city, like
Yeah.
a gritty city, or like in the countryside, I love it.
Yeah,
but I
just
think
people are
maybe
onto it.
they've definitely upped it this season.
Okay.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's really good.
It's so good. I'm pleased to be.
and
I
there's
think
only
it's
12 episodes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
so
you need to
good.
hurry up and finish one so you can start on two, and then we
Yes.
can talk about two. I think we probably need to talk about Saltburn.
Oh my
You
god.
both watched it last night. Do you know this about
Yeah.
each other?
You.
Hey, we're so excited.
I thought, how fun for us to make like a Sunday. We basically used to do this thing where we'd go on a date night on a Sunday night, like you and Ben
I know
do.
you do that.
And
We still do
then,
that, but we
and it
did.
was always so nice. And then we had a baby, and now you can't do that. So
Yeah.
now I think my new thing is going to be watching a film on a Sunday
Yeah,
night,
yeah.
because that then feels like an exciting end to the week.
Yeah, it's like something to look forward to.
Yeah.
We don't need to just add to the noise around Saltburn because everyone in the world has just been talking
Yeah.
about it like forever. Like, we don't need to tell you what it's about. I hope. Like I think
Yeah.
especially if you've got TikTok. My God, it's all I've seen
Yeah.
for a month.
Yeah.
But did
how
you
hot
enjoy
is
it?
Felix?
But what?
How hot
He's
is
so
Felix?
fucking hot.
He's
oh my
so
God, that
beautiful.
man.
When they do that montage,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
he's stunning.
oh my god, I'm in love with
He's
him.
stunning.
Is
But I
that
kind of I
Jacob
love
Oh.
him with. I think I prefer him
Yeah.
with the English
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah.
Love Australia hate go. This is nothing.
Love
No hate on
Australia.
Australian accent, but he suits that really posh clip.
Yeah,
English
yeah,
accent
yeah.
So
God, he's
well.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Like I think he's attractive, but he didn't like.
But also his whole vibe.
Yeah.
Like I loved
Yeah.
his character.
He's such a man.
Yeah.
He's just so.
I think
big.
his height
And, like,
He's
attractive.
like 6 foot.
Life
Yeah,
soul.
and he's
something.
broad as well. Like there's a lot of the man. Yeah,
So hot.
yeah, he's so hot.
Did you
Okay,
enjoy
so
it?
I was going to say, is that your main takeaway?
Well, I was like, okay.
You were distracted.
so hot, isn't it? I was like, I mean, it's alright.
I have to say, there haven't been many celebrities that I fancied in a long time. But
No.
now, I feel like they're coming up
Like
with
I've
Ooh.
thought about
Who
him
else?
since the film.
Jeremy Allen.
Jeremy-
Right,
Yes.
so we need to talk about Jeremy Allen White
Jeremy Allen
Yeah.
because
exactly.
of
The bear.
the campaign, the
Yeah.
Calvin Klein
Yeah.
campaign.
God,
that
he's
literally
hot as
broken
well.
into
God,
it.
he's so hot.
No, see that
He's
doesn't
quite
do it
short,
for me.
though.
Really? I actually gasped
Yeah.
when I saw those
He's too
images.
short.
I
So
just
stacked.
no, see, it doesn't do it for me. That's too
Fair
chiseled,
enough.
too much.
It's
to
a bit like Marky Mark. Remember?
Yeah.
You're too young for that.
No,
Yeah.
I know,
Mark
it's Mark Wahlberg.
No, but his Calvin Klein campaign?
Oh, I never saw his campaign.
Do you remember? It was so.
I don't remember that.
The best ever was Freddie
specifically,
Lundberg's.
but-
Do you remember Freddie Lundberg's?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, can I tell you who I fancy
thinking.
fresh, having seen again on TikTok so much coverage of, is Andrew Scott. You know, he's got this film out
yeah,
with Paul
yeah,
Mescal,
yeah.
and I just, oh my god, I fancy the man so
Yeah.
much.
Is he evil in something?
Yeah, in Sherlock, he plays Moriarty.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen that.
that was quite a long time ago, though.
He's very sexy.
When someone's mean, I'm like, or apart from. Who is that? He was on the cover of Style yesterday.
Oh yeah,
God.
James Jordan.
I mean, I fancied him
Oh, yeah,
even
he
when
is.
he was
Yeah,
he's
a
have you
serial
seen
killer.
Have you seen the
Top
clip
tier.
of him singing "Everlasting Love"?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
he
that
can
film.
sing.
Yeah.
I
He
love
really
that film
sings.
so much.
So
Belfast.
Yeah.
But you
Bob
pumped
Sharon.
Succession one.
Succession smashed it last night at the Golden Globes. Yes,
did.
so thrilled. I mean, rightly so.
Yeah.
It really was the best. Like,
Yeah.
it was the
It
best
was the best
acting.
hour of
Yeah.
TV.
100%
that
last year. Yeah,
episode.
all the right people won. For sure, and the Bear as well did
Yeah.
really well, rightly so. Those I feel like
Yeah.
it's nice to be like vindicated
Yeah.
when the right stuff wins. Although not many wins for Barbie.
Well, they got
Which
that
is
weird
correct.
lead up. Was it a cultural impact?
Yes, it was really weird.
Yeah.
Yes, it was like social impact or
Yeah.
something, as in like the most viral film,
Yeah.
basically. Weird.
I think they
Anyway.
had to acknowledge it
Yeah.
somehow,
I
because
think it's
otherwise,
fair.
because it was obviously such a female-led cast. If they hadn't,
Yeah.
there might have been backlash.
Exactly. But cool that I'm hoping this means that Cillian Murphy's going to win the Oscar. I just love when
Yeah.
someone like from our
Likely.
home turf
I haven't seen that
wins.
yet. Have you
No,
watched
never.
it?
I know, I just don't have that. I know.
You haven't got the.
I'm waiting for it to
salts.
hit a streaming platform.
Yeah, but even
It's
that,
long,
I don't
isn't
know.
it?
I just know.
Three-
I know if I
3
went to the
hours.
cinema, I'd find it too boring, and I know if I watched it at home, I'd just be on my phone.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Okay, Saltburn. Sorry, Saltburn. So you were distracted by.
But
Hot Drink
I
Movie.
loved it.
Good.
Because I was thinking Talented Mr. Ripley vibes.
Yeah.
It's the same story.
Yeah, but it was like for now.
Yeah.
Because that was
I
set
thought
in
it
the
was
30s,
like
wasn't it?
Brideshead meets Promising Young Woman.
Yeah.
Like
And I thought
Yeah.
visually it was amazing, so colour, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
it's
scene,
beautiful.
like the party.
the
I was
party
like,
Yeah.
oh
was
my
insane.
God.
And those scenes where they're like by the pond
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
lake, whatever, and they're swimming in. I was like,
yeah.
Did you know that is it Felicia, the sister?
Venetia.
Venetia is in Conversations with Friends.
Yeah, I hadn't watched it, but I gave her a
Oh.
stalk afterwards, and it was a really good piece of acting. Like she is not
In-
that character.
Incredible.
Oh.
And then in this, I was like, really recognize you. She had a little bit of Sienna in
Totally.
her.
Yeah.
Having never seen her in anything before,
Yeah.
I just assumed she was that kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
boarding school guy. Like she was that
Yeah,
character.
that's
She
just
played
amazing.
so well. I also thought Rosamund Pike was.
Oh my-
Incredible. Yeah, I actually thought she was the star of it.
Yeah, she's sort of evil, but without you really realizing she's evil, and she would
Yeah.
never identify as
No,
evil.
no, no.
It's just, yeah.
Cutting the comments.
Cutting.
Wow.
And easily swayed and sort of
Yeah, just
yeah.
a brilliant
yeah,
character.
really
Yeah.
fun.
I saw she posted something as well about like some behind the scenes pictures, and said that it was like the best filming experience she'd ever had on a set, which I thought was really
Wow.
cool. Yeah, and you know, it's the producers are Margot Robbie and her
Yeah.
company and her husband's company, and said it was like the best crew, the best cast.
Wow.
Just and like when you
That's
enjoy
so
a film,
good.
it's nice to hear that they had a good time.
Yeah.
as well, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine the parties?
I mean,
Cast
such fun,
parties.
such
Yeah.
fun.
It's like mega people.
Yeah, yeah. I did think it had way less depth. Like it's comparable to Promising Young Woman, obviously, because Emerald Fennell wrote and directed both, and
Yeah.
I think everyone was sort of waiting with bated breath to see
Yeah.
what she was going to do next. But I think, and so I almost think that gave it too much pressure.
Yeah.
It was like, but Promising Young Woman was so deep and so you
Yeah.
know, so important, and this is not so much that. This
Yeah.
is way
No.
more fun.
But-
But I think that's fine. It was just fun.
It was so shocking. Some of it.
Do you
Like, I
think-
couldn't
yeah,
watch.
I didn't
like the
find
that
part-
so.
like
No.
the plug hole.
No, I don't know. I
heard about this
thought
scene.
it was going to be
And the
way
grave.
more salacious and way more like when I watched Call Me By Your Name, I was like, ooh,
I agree.
way more than this. I really enjoyed it until it took a turn, and then I was like, not sure.
Yeah, it's a film with two halves, isn't it? There's what happens before and there's
Yeah.
what happens after,
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
that thing is. I'm loving that it's given Murder on the Dance Floor this
Yeah.
massive Renee.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's really cool. So if you haven't seen it, the final scene is quite a kind
That's
of
funny.
it's quite I don't know bold,
It was
outrageous.
It was
moment.
like a dirty Hugh Grant.
Yes,
yeah,
that's what I said.
yeah. Well, a character, I don't think it's a spoiler to say, a character dances around this huge house, but naked, like full front
Yeah.
and
And
naked.
see,
And it's kind,
really?
it is
Yeah.
like how it's filmed in a similar way to how Hugh Grant moves
Yeah,
around 10 Downing Street in
Yeah.
Love Actually, but he's naked. And the song that's playing is Murder on the Dance Floor,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's back in the charts. For the
Yeah.
first time in like 21 years or something.
It's mad.
The other film that I wanted to talk about was Maestro.
Oh,
I
I'm dying to watch it. I haven't seen it.
it is
No, so-
stunning.
Is it in
Yes,
black
yeah.
and white?
No,
The first
parts of
half.
it. This is Bradley Cooper has directed and is starring in Maestro, which is the story of Leonard Bernstein, who is one of the most celebrated conductors and composers, probably in American history, but in the 20th century. And there was quite a lot of controversy before the film. Gay face and Jew face were the allegations thrown at the film, which is basically a straight actor playing a gay character, and also he had a prosthetic nose put on, which the allegation was it was to make him look more Jewish, which obviously is a racial stereotype. I actually think, having seen it, he has prosthetics the whole way through. Like, it's quite a necessary part of the character.
I actually found it fascinating how I don't think any part of his face was his face, apart from maybe his eye, well, obviously his eyes, but he looked so Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
And like, how mad that is.
It's a biopic. It's the story of his life. It's how he kind of got famous, and it's about mostly his relationship with his wife, who was played by Carey Mulligan. I thought she was brilliant.
Absolutely amazing.
It's not a film that is a particularly interesting story. He's a big name.
Yeah.
It's basically about his family relationships, his sexuality. We should say he's obviously bisexual. He's attracted to both men and women. So I'm not sure I sort of came away from it being like, wow, I didn't know that, and that's so fascinating. But it's about the personalities and the characters, and the acting is incredible.
I think that is some of the best acting that I have ever seen. It is also so beautifully shot.
Stunning.
It was all shot on film. And at the beginning, it really does feel like, you know, when modern films are like black and white, but it doesn't really feel that.
Like a filter.
Yeah. It felt so real, and the way that they were moving, the way that they were enunciating, like, I was just like, this is amazing.
It's a step back in time, right?
Yeah. I think it's quite slow at the beginning. I think you could easily drop off, but Bradley Cooper just like, he blew me away.
And didn't he? Okay, I feel like it's been all over Instagram. I don't know if I just clicked on something else, so I see it everywhere. But the acting methods behind it, and how
He went really method.
Yeah, and how lots of stuff was unscripted, and it was how you feel in the moment.
Yeah, I saw an interview with Carey Mulligan where she said that 18 months before they started filming, she was on board, but 18 months before, he was calling her in the Leonard Bernstein voice, like using that voice, which she was like, I'll be doing like bar time with the kids, and he'd be calling me like, with the voice. She's like, okay, cool,
I would be like, okay, bye.
Yeah,
You've got a year and a half.
Too method.
Too much.
Exactly, yeah.
But it worked, like, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Also, the styling in it, his in particular, is incredible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's really
so worth a watch.
It's a really visual. It's a real visual treat. Basically, it's a film that they've been trying to make for like 20 years, and like, it was written a long time ago. And Steven Spielberg was brought on, and then Bradley Cooper was signed on as the actor. And the more that Steven Spielberg and Bradley Cooper spoke about it, Steven Spielberg was like, no, you have to, this is your film, like, this is your baby, you have to direct this. And then Steven Spielberg said, actually, you know what, it's got to be you, like, this is your story to tell. Really
He's
cool.
an amazing
And
actor.
he is an amazing actor. He is an amazing actor, so it's worth a watch.
Oh, cool.
Anyone got anything else to recommend?
Weirdly, I watched The Mother. It's
What's
trying quite hard to, when you've got like different generations all staying with you, to try and find something that everyone wants to watch. So we watched this film with Jennifer Lopez.
Is it like she's in the
spy.
wilderness?
Yeah.
And then she's an assassin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
It sounds like a slightly different vibe to
It's very different vibe.
Okay.
But it's really good.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this isn't a spoiler, but the opening scene is her heavily, but she's being sort of held hostage, and they're trying to break her for information.
J-Lo,
yeah, and then she's like, we're not safe, and they're like, you are safe. 2 seconds later, all these people are trying to kill her.
right. Sorry, so what kind of, is this an action film?
It's an action film.
Okay.
If you're slightly hung on a Sunday night and you just need something easy, you walk away.
It sounds heavy.
No, it's like, but J-Lo is amazing.
not.
Okay, do you know my version of that is called Dear God, It's Me, Margaret?
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, I need to watch it. Yeah.
You will
I
love
know.
it
Oh my
so
God,
much.
I loved her books growing up.
Oh,
Judy Blume.
it is such a good, like, lovely
Yes,
family,
Sunday.
like, coming of age.
Oh, I need to
film.
watch that with Ava.
Is it Judy Blume?
Yeah.
Is that her? Judy, Forever by Judy Blume
Yeah.
was my mine of my friends' sexual awakening.
Yeah, Ralph.
Oh, I think I love it.
Ralph. That's the only thing I will ever think of. Ralph. Yeah.
I know. I thought then you had to name penises. Because
This guy, his character they name his penis Ralph, and like, I will never not think of the penis when I hear the name Ralph.
Poor Ralph's out there.
I know. Well,
Well, if
not
that
that
was a
common of a
sexual
name.
awakening, I think you really like this film.
Okay, great. You know what else is sexual? I don't know what sexual awakening actually means, but when you're a teenage girl,
Top Gun
When
was
you learn
mine.
about.
Top
No.
Gun was
Yeah.
mine. The volleyball scene.
mine was Shakespeare in Love. Oh my god, the sex scenes in Shakespeare in Love are like the hottest things. Still, I think I watched them back and be like, wow, that's so hot.
Drama adds
Do you know
more.
Yeah, maybe.
Mine was in Four Weddings and a Funeral when Bernard and Lydia are in the cupboard.
That made you horny.
No, it's like that's like my first
You're, like,
memory
learning
of
about
like
sex,
of
yeah.
like watching
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah, to be clear, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, I
not
don't
made
know.
you
I was just talking about what made me
I
horny.
remember the first day I was like, wow.
That's what Judy Blume's books are for, I think.
No, it wasn't. It was Top Gun, the volleyball scene when they all take their tops off.
I've not
and then
seen
he
that,
gets,
I've seen
and I'm always a massive fan of Tom
Oh, sorry,
Cruise.
obviously Charlotte has not seen Top Gun.
No, obviously not. No,
Okay.
no. But I saw the volleyball scene in the second.
I
Top
feel
Gun
like
film.
it could awaken you.
Oh, actually, when Duncan James took his t-shirt off at Party in the Park and I cried, that was also
Duncan James.
Duncan
Oh,
James.
oh,
Blue performed. I was
cried.
11 and I burst into tears when he took his top off.
And the Thomas Crown Affair when they bump on the stairs.
Thomas Crown
Oh, I've not seen
is
that.
such a
What?
good film.
With
Oh,
Pierce
it's really bad
Brosnan.
with old
What film?
films.
With the
Thomas Crown Affair.
It's not
Oh.
old.
That is not.
Like,
It
must
is-
be
it is
2000s.
It's so
20
good.
years ago. It's 2024.
But it's in colour.
Okay, I mean that old. Is it really good?
Oh my god, you've
Yeah,
got
it's
to.
really
You
good.
love
really?
it.
It's really
Okay.
good.
Oh my
Okay.
god,
But
you
Charlotte
will
doesn't
love
really
it.
love films.
I love the analysis of films. I hate sitting down and watching them.
Yeah.
So I like.
No, you're
every-
good. I'm
you say
fine.
I listen to all the film podcasts. I know
Babe, and Van
everything
will
about
like
films,
it.
but I don't watch them.
No, watch
Too
it.
much commitment.
Yeah, I think
It's-
that's
yeah, I don't have that kind of attention span. It's terrible. Can I tell you? There's a guy on TikTok. I'll find his name, and he basically he summarizes old movies. Have you
Yes,
seen him?
I
It's
love him, yeah.
so amazing. He summarizes old films, but it basically makes you realize how stupid
Ridiculous.
the films are. My favorite is Save the Last Dance. I don't know how much you guys know, like the Julia Stiles.
Oh my god,
It's
I
so
used to be
brilliant.
a
It's
love-
literally like this white girl goes to a thing. She learns how to break dance, and it's like she goes to Juilliard and she has a breakdown, and so instead she break dances, and all of these people are like, wow, we've never seen breakdancing before. It's just so funny. He makes you realize how to.
Yeah,
and
it
he
is
does Made in
really
Manhattan.
funny.
Okay, so this guy's name is Rob Anderson on TikTok. He's at Heartthrob. He's at Heartthrobbert. Like
Love that.
Heartthrobbert. And honestly, it's have a stalk. Honestly,
Yeah.
so funny. Like, it's just so good. Anyway,
It's so apt.
it's so apt. All those films are such shit.
Yeah.
But great at the time.
So sharp.
Let's answer some questions. Before I go into reader questions, I want to know one thing you're looking forward to for January, and one thing you're looking forward to for 2024.
God.
Lou?
Well, it's my birthday on Sunday,
woo!
Whoop, whoop.
What's the plan?
and I'm turning 36. I'm really looking forward to it.
You're looking
Someone-
forward to, as in you're excited to be 36.
Yeah, someone once told me that being 36 was like the best year.
That's so nice. I'd had that about 32.
And actually, I feel like this could be my year.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking forward to turning 36.
So yeah.
And that's January and the year.
Yeah. Mine's quite like my birthday being the beginning of the year is that kind of like sets the precedent for
Yeah.
the year.
Hodge?
Nothing that exciting going on in January. Just trying to be healthy. I've got so many New Year's resolutions. I've set myself up for failure.
What's number one?
Okay, so I'm going to wake up at 6:30 every day.
Okay.
As in get out
Oh,
of bed.
wow.
Okay. You're
Get-
going to get out when you
Get
wake
out
up.
of bed, yeah.
For like why?
Yeah, what you can do.
Like,
I,
what makes you feel about that?
because I need to exercise before the kids wake
Right.
up.
Yeah.
Because Get fit and toned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to do that.
I really
I
need
think
to do
like
that.
exercise actually that's
Phones downstairs at night.
yeah.
That's good. But then what about an alarm clock? Do you need an alarm clock?
I have an alarm clock. Yeah, well, James is my alarm at the moment.
Fine.
Remember. 1 weekend a month, family games, just stay
Love
in,
that.
do family
Lovely.
stuff.
Really
I
nice.
go out. Sudoku Wordle a day. I need to
Do what?
get a Sudoku or a Wordle.
Sudoku.
every day. I need to get my brain.
Love
in
that.
gear.
I should I could
Oh,
see
I've got
that.
a new thing for Jan, I can tell you. Stop drinking out of plastic bottles and drink it.
Yes,
Just
good
'cause
one.
I stand on each leg for 2 minutes a day.
Why?
Balance on each leg.
Balance.
Because it again wards away dementia.
Okay.
And increases mobility. And the mobility as you age, unless you have that. That's,
Have you done it today yet?
No.
Oh. Off to a strong
Complete
start.
the Saturday Times crossword.
Wow. How,
So, yeah.
how have you done so
So I
far?
wake up at 6:30 this morning.
Hold on, do you
I'm
exercise?
not fit and toned yet.
You're getting there.
And then
What's
the
up?
other thing that I'm doing in January actually is I'm learning to play bridge.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hodge. You're so grown up.
No, but guys, don't think that this is.
You're not
I'm
often like a
don't
bridge
think
queen.
I'm, now going into middle age. It's because a girlfriend of mine who husband is older. His first wife lives in Notting Hill, and she's like super, amazing and with it and cool. And her girlfriends all play bridge once a week. Because it keeps your
Yeah.
So,
your brain
mind,
working.
you want to live in Notting Hill?
Yeah.
No, I want,
which part of this?
I want to be like that. I want my brain.
I
to
think
work.
anything, activities like that stimulate your brain.
Because
It's so important.
I just don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm looking for. So I'm studying lessons.
That's
Like,
lovely,
I need-
Hodge.
it's
A
good for
hobby.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have any hobbies.
Having a hobby is really good.
Yeah. Having hobbies,
I just go for lunch with my girlfriend.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I just sit around.
I went to Victoria the other day and I walked past. They've got like a pottery.
Yes, I walked past that the other day. I know, I'm going to go.
Should we do it?
Yeah, I'd love to.
That'd be so
At
fun.
my Eccleston's
pottery.
yard.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I feel I do that a lot with the kids. Though.
Oh
No, but it's
it
not
was-
painting. It's you make
No,
it's,
it's like
it's
you
the-
make it like there's
So,
sort of
like,
over there,
it's a
like
wheel.
they're doing this.
Yeah.
So like Deborah Brett.
Potter's wheel.
Yeah. You make pottery. You don't just. It's not paint me.
Yeah,
pottery
yeah.
lives. Yeah.
Okay. And the thing I'm looking forward to, we have booked to go to Bali Feaster.
Oh my god, mega!
I'm so pumped.
That's amazing.
Because we used to live in Singapore, so we went to Bali a lot, very spoiled because it's only 3 hours away. And we have friends who are still there. So yeah,
That's so fun.
I know, I'm so
That's a
excited.
mega
I need that.
trip.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
some fun.
Yeah.
Sherry, what about you?
Okay, so one thing I'm looking forward to in January, I'm having a girls' day with my best friend, and I say that because she lives in Bristol, so we're like long distance, and we voice note all the time. Sometimes it's a minute, sometimes it's 30 minutes, but then when we get together, it's just us two. We literally just talk non-stop for like 2 days, and I just look forward to it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have like a nice dinner.
What are you gonna do?
And I think we're just gonna have a nice dinner, like go for some walks.
In London and Bristol.
In Bristol, I'm going to
Oh,
Bristol.
so nice.
So nice
Go
pubs
to
around
the
there.
Witchy Hole, whatever it's called.
Wookie Hole.
The
Witchy
Witchy
Hole.
Hole.
I'm desperate to go.
The cheese place.
Yes.
I went on a school trip.
I think that is like a lovely walk.
not
Lou
kidding.
says it's not. But
No,
Yeah,
really
I
fun.
think
Day
we'll stick to
trip.
pottery.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just gonna just hang out really.
Dream.
Hang out, catch up.
Lovely.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
And the year.
And then in the year, I want this to be my year of like doing things.
Yeah.
Just like not thinking about it too much, just like doing it. If
Yeah.
you've got an idea, just do it.
Nice.
Write that book.
Exactly, write that book.
That's
Do
you.
I should do that
whatever.
as well.
Like something like I've got a sewing machine. I want to
Oh,
use
cool.
that more. I just want to like
Yeah.
not have things like see things through.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we're doing a trip to Mexico and or
Oh,
Guatemala.
you should go to
Oh my god,
Wow.
amazing.
So I'm saying it now, so then it will actually happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So that's something that I'm really looking forward to.
Where are you going to go in Mexico? Don't know.
Well, I think I'm gonna only do like a couple of days, like maybe like 5 or 6 days in Mexico, because Lemire really wants to go to Guatemala. That's like his
Place.
yeah.
Do Mexico City.
100%.
So cool.
Mexico City,
Yeah.
and then maybe like Oaxaca, and I want to go to Tulum as well.
Oh, Holbox
Just for
is
some-
insane.
Yeah, I've
Which
heard
is next
this.
Tulum. It's more chill than Tulum.
I need like 2 months. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
2 months.
I want to go
should
to
go on
tequila.
Holbox.
Do you know tequila's a place?
Ooh.
I know.
That makes sense.
Do they make tequila there?
What do you think?
Well,
yes.
I don't know.
Yes, they do.
What's
so-
yours?
Right, you Charlotte.
My January. Well, so I don't know if you saw, I wrote my editor's letter last week that I'm not into the resolutions, into the
Yeah.
goals. Like I keep seeing, I'm really pleased there's like an anti-January movement this year. That is me. This
Yeah.
is not, I saw a really good, oh my God, why are all my references TikTok? This is terrible. That should be a resolution. Less TikTok. But I saw a really good TikTok. Someone was saying that a friend of hers, she was talking to camera, she was saying a friend of hers had said he was really struggling and he was so tired and felt so, like kind of a bit depressed. And she was like, well, what do you if you change your routine and also anything? And she was like, no, I'm still like getting up at 5. She was like, oh, you're behaving like it's summer and it's winter. She said winter just began, like just now.
Yes.
And like you have to like adapt
Yeah.
to like this is the time to hibernate, to keep warm. It is not the time to be sorry. And if this works for you and you
Yeah.
are motivated, and like that's brilliant.
Yeah.
But like to me, the motivation comes with spring. This is like hunker down,
Yeah.
Yeah.
stay warm,
Rest.
sleep,
Yeah, eat
like
well.
eat
Yeah.
well. Like
Yeah.
I can't, and that doesn't mean shoving half a box of Quality Streets in your mouth like December.
yeah.
But
That's
like
not eating
it's
well.
it's not about deprivation for me.
Yeah.
It is really last night I roasted chicken,
Yeah,
had a
that's
glass
such
of
a good
wine,
one.
and like
That's such a good
that's
one.
January
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
me.
Look after your soul.
Look after your soul
And also, I
feed
think you
yourself.
know that you can do that. I think a lot of these lists, like you kind of set yourself up to fail.
Yeah.
And if you kind of know what
Checking with
No, but some people are really good at that.
Yeah,
So that's
exactly.
great.
Yeah.
If that whole
and
thing
you
comes
know
in.
what works for you, and if you feel
Yeah.
like you need to give yourself that motivation, then that's
Yeah.
great. But I think
Totally.
everyone is different in
Everyone's-
that
Yeah.
way.
And I need to be accountable. I need people, you know,
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah. Anyway, so January, nothing specific, but that's my kind of overall January mantra. Like,
Nice.
come back to me in
That's
February. It doesn't mean I'm unmotivated, by the way. It's quite hard to make that
Yeah.
distinction clear. I'm
Yeah.
super pumped to be back at work today.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much that I'm kind of looking forward to, but I can't go into the new year, the new month with this
Yeah.
sort of cold, lots of salmon, lots
Yeah.
of green tea
Oh, no.
mentality.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
I still
yeah.
need. I think it just comes down to food for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
But and for the year, I'm really pumped to see like where we end up at Sherlock's in another year. You know, we plan and we plot and we have a direction, but obviously things evolve and things change, and so it's super exciting and interesting to see kind of where you end up.
That
one year to the
email
next.
which showed everything we achieved last year, it blew my mind.
Yeah, we did a lot. We did a
Man,
lot.
So cool.
much,
Yeah, so I'm really
new.
just excited
Yeah.
for what we can do this year. Also planning we haven't decided if it's a Canada or a America trip yet, but like a big outdoorsy lake
I really want to go to Canada.
kind of
Okay.
summer trip. Yeah. Like we're
Nice.
thinking maybe Lake Louise in and around Canada, or maybe we'll do Montana and Utah and things. Don't know, we'll see. But that's on the radar.
Yeah,
So yeah. Right, shit. We should ask some very quick questions. Any recommendations for a good hiking outfit? I do quite want to buy some hiking boots. So what are they? DM, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like some cool hiking boots that work, because actually on the trip I've just been on,
Yeah.
could have walked around DC in them.
Yeah,
Could have gone
yeah,
hiking
yeah.
and would have been quite useful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
with like
useful.
a big sock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think Free People do really good active wear like that, like amazing, good fleece. It's not just like bar and gym wear.
Yeah.
Really practical, good bits.
Great. How to bounce back after having a baby? Don't.
Yeah, I'd think
kind.
don't get on Instagram. Don't compare yourself to others who are wearing their jeans like a week later. Like, it is your time, almost like that. Like, it is your time for nesting. It is the time for like your baby, and be so like kind to your body. Like, it is mad. Like, I found I did a photo of my bump every week, and I like had it in an album on my phone. I found the other day. It is wild.
You, like, grow a human.
I cannot believe
know.
that like your body can do that. It's the most amazing thing, and I just don't think you can expect that your body and like who you are goes back to who you were pre-baby. And I think a lot of the time you set yourself the expectation that I definitely did, that you will, and you don't. Like, things have changed. So be kind and realistic to yourself.
Someone says current evening routine for how to beat the January blues. Sherry?
Have some really nice recipes.
Yeah, good food.
Agreed.
Exactly. So, for example, tonight we had roast chicken last night, and I'm so excited. I'm having a chicken pie tonight.
Oh, so
Which is
nice.
really simple.
Yeah.
They
Just
might
like,
will they clap you to the table.
I'll clap myself to the table. Just have something to look forward to. If it's like a skincare routine,
Yeah.
or like a bit of self-care, a bath, a nice bath bomb, a nice something
Oh
that
my
is like
God.
a bit of a treat.
Maybe
Can I
that's
say,
what
guys,
Bob's like.
my favourite Christmas present this year was a mattress topper.
Oh.
And it has,
No. It's the best thing in
You
the whole
can't
world.
change
Yeah,
that.
you can't. Yeah.
I can't tell you how excited
Yeah.
I am to go
I mean,
to bed.
it's the best thing. We've got one
So
from the Secret
soft.
Linen Store, because I think Georgie had recommended it.
Yeah,
And I-
Yeah.
because
Oh
they
my-
supply hotels.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It is. There are no words. Yeah.
And it is so much more affordable than getting like a new mattress or a really expensive mattress. Ours is from the White Company, and oh my god,
Heaven.
Lou made the bed when it went on, and I was like, this doesn't feel right. I said, you put the mattress protector on. He goes, yeah, over the mattress. I said, are you serious?
What do you mean?
He put the mattress protector over the mattress,
What's
Why is it weird?
then the mattress topper.
Yeah.
So obviously the mattress protector goes
Goes
over the topper.
No, my mattress protector
I
was
don't
under my
think
top.
so.
No,
I think
my,
he was
my fitted sheet goes over my mattress.
Yeah.
top.
No, Google it. You do not.
Really?
But that's
washes
an
the
awkward
whole mattress.
yeah.
top
No,
down,
that
right?
was what his thinking was. Like, I thought this was wild. No, because
The mattress protector is to protect the mattress.
no, it's not. It's it's to protect like that layer. So like, if an accident were to happen,
That's not what a mattress protector is for. Oh, it's not for accidents,
What
I
are you
promise you.
protecting it from now? Like, there's a topper there. There's nothing that's
But the
gonna
top is
protect-
replaceable. And the point is to protect your mattress because a mattress is a big, expensive investment.
No.
The topper is not.
No.
So if God forbid something, I don't know, we had an accident.
No, Google
I don't know
it.
what happens in your
Yeah.
house.
No, I'm just saying you need to Google it.
Okay. Well, we can agree to disagree on that one. Anyway, that's enough of that riveting chat. I think we'll leave it there. Thank you all so much for listening. If you have any feedback at all, please do email podcast@sheerluxe.com. Don't forget to look out for the question box on social every weekend, or you can ask us in the community too at community.sheerluxe.com. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and tell your friends, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.